Hello everybody, welcome back to SnowRunner, my hard mode playthrough. Just at the start of Imandra, just leaving the gateway with my power couple, and we're here to do the first of the quests needed to unlock the Imandra garage. So that is Broken Power Station. And I opted in the end, as you can see by my empty trucks, to collect the metal beams on this map rather than carting them in from Lake Cov. So I'm in the Voron Grad in the front and the Phoenix in the back on a tow rope. The Phoenix is actually giving me a fairly decent push there. Slowed right down when I turned off the Phoenix, but just using the pole to give me a little bit more speed. And yeah, my intention is to come in with these together. It's a slow, nasty bit of snow. There we go. Not sure where that's quite winched onto, but the engine's on the Tatra, but it's not engaged in all-wheel drive, so therefore it's spinning a bit more. Pull it in a little bit tighter. And then yeah, we're going to go up through the same route that we scouted a few episodes ago. So a little bit dodgy going over the little pass that I did with the scout, but I think it should be okay. In the end, I opted to bring the trucks here and collect the metal beams here, just because from a episode content perspective, it means I can leave out the bit where I just traverse them over Lake Cov and focus on what we do in Imandra with them. I could do with, I don't know, it's a bit wasteful of fuel. I could do with this Phoenix being in all-wheel drive. I've got the Grad in the front because the Grad is the one that's got bigger tyres. So theory being it'll ride over stuff a bit easier than the Phoenix. But yeah, see how they do. I got them for this purpose, these two trucks. Basically, this is what I've been building up to since that special expedition. Using these two together to do this mission. But as a 4-slot power couple and treating the Phoenix as a powered trailer with the ability to rescue the Grad if I were to roll over, and vice versa. Well, it was suggested in comments that it's a safer way to approach Imandra, and it just seems like a good way to do it. It's got to be more fuel efficient than 2 separate trips. Maybe towed vehicle doesn't use as much fuel, I hope. So I'm gonna go off-road up through here the same way that I used with the S04, which I think is about here, maybe through these trees. Maybe a bit twitchy to get Phoenix to follow me closely enough. About getting stuck. Up onto the airfield and then across to the broken bridge with the small single slab passage that previously I thought maybe that's a bit too small, but then thinking about it, the Yar is such a big truck that it's probably as wide as these anyway. So I think it should be alright. Road wise, where do I want to go? Let's try this. I dimly remember, it's a long time since I watched it when I was doing early research, that this is the route that Mr. Lone Wolf took. So I'm kind of being a little bit influenced by watching somebody else's approach to this. But I don't mind doing that. It's not like I looked up a guide for this. I just remember something that I saw. And as a gamer, I do watch other people's videos. It's not like I only do this to create my own. So I think I dimly remember coming across this way. Oh, big chunk of suspension. I repaired both of these fully before I left. So they should be alright. There's no resupply zone here though, so I'm gonna... okay, don't like the look of that. Can I turn left? Without tipping it over. I think the tow rope has got too short now. Look at that, look. Oh. Disconnect that. Let the Phoenix look after itself for a moment. I've got... the tow rope was so short that the Phoenix ended up almost in my truck bed. Let's just point this in the rough direction I want it to go. Hop over into the Phoenix. Straighten that mess up, because that was nearly a big mess. And I've taken out one of my wheels already. The repair. I've got a spare wheel. I did have a spare wheel. And then jump into Phoenix. Bit of a bumpy start. Taking out a wheel already. The thing is, I repaired it before I left. But as we know, you can't repair wheels. So for all I know, that might have been almost fully damaged already. So, yeah, it might have been an inevitable one. Change track, grad, forward a bit because that tow rope was a bit too tight for comfort. Let's go left side to left side, I think. Lights on, coming into dark, as it usually seems to be. And down onto the perimeter of this piece of water. And hopefully this is a safe traversal. Lots of rocks. Trying to pick the least rocky route, really. Alright, I'm going to pull it in a little bit tighter now, because going over that concrete slab, I just want the Phoenix on as tight a line as possible. Probably safer if I took them over one at a time, to be honest, but who's got time for things like that? Yeah, so I don't think these are much wider, if at all, than the Yar was. That's one of them over. That's two of them over. Phew. Right. Okay, so which route next? I know where I'm going. I'm not. I'll just check the map real quick. I'm just interested in that wrecked ship there. Didn't notice that when I was doing this before. So we're going to come around here and pick up the road, then traverse this road up, and we've got fuel there. And then the metal beams, you can see where we'll pick them up from. Interesting. So I can see big artillery guns on that boat, so it's obviously a sunken and wrecked battle cruiser of some sort. Wonder if there's any activity needed to go and collect things from that, or salvage, or even POI stuff maybe. Right, rejoin the road here. I don't know if I'll be able to get both of these tasks done today. I've got the wooden planks for the second mission or task already preloaded onto the Azov from the early doors when I came and rescued my fuel. I don't yet know where to deliver it because I don't remember that bit. Big nasty bits of rock. And that's why I've got two vehicles. That was bad judgment, but I nearly pushed it over there onto its wheels then, but that wasn't really what I intended. I was just trying to get past. Just maneuvering myself so that I can safely winch without pulling myself over. But that is the advantage of two vehicles. And I know I haven't got cargo on at the minute, but that's also the reason that this has got a crane on one of the two vehicles. See if I can move the grad slowly enough to not repeat that. Right, I want a little bit more length on that cable. I'm enjoying this. So both vehicles have got snow chains on. So should be fine with the icy road and with obstacles like that down telegraph pole. I'm getting a push from the Phoenix. That's another cool advantage to doing it this way. Lights back on. I suppose the Phoenix wouldn't be a bad high saddle vehicle for the wide semi flatbed activity that's needed. I still haven't picked the metal detector vehicle yet either. Gives a push, mate. It's funny. I like that. Interesting to see if the Azov 73-210 can do that same route if the wooden plank delivery is up to this side of the map as well. Right, let's fuel them both up. Let's just check. I like to make sure that I've got the same side so that it follows me in a fairly straight, narrow line. And then I've got to go over this water and turn up here and follow that windy road up to metal shipment. Right, I know from scouting that this is fairly deep, but these are bigger trucks, so I'm hoping that this isn't too bad for these trucks. It wasn't too bad so far. I guess it's up this way, yeah. I wasn't sure what would be quicker from an episode perspective. Driving through Lake Cobb with 2 metal beams on. Or coming here and collecting them, but I think this is probably how more people would do this task, I think. And also, they were on the kind of wrong side of Lake Cobb, so I'd have had to backtrack all the way to the garage to load them up. This felt more like a moving forward approach rather than a backtracking approach. A bit bogged down there. See if the push tactic works again. Looks like it. Does that make me a 13 axle vehicle if you tie the two together? This is obviously where you get the one contest as well, so let's have a quick look at, make sure we know exactly what that is for when it's time, so we know which vehicle to bring up here, because we'll have to come back up here obviously with a vehicle. Oh, big chunk of damage there. Let's just have a job view if you're game. There's a pile of metal scrap not far from here. Take it to the recycling station in 4 minutes. Fine. Turn it around somehow. All the bits of flying lumber. Try and ignore that. This looks to me like this might be one where there's no option to crane load it. I don't see a loading platform. I suspect this might be metal beams. Yeah, you can only... So this is not my fault, right? I cannot crane load. I've got to auto load. I have to pay the 150 times 2. Not what I would have wanted to do. I've got a crane on me. I don't regret bringing the crane because it's always useful for... if one of the trucks rolls while it's got cargo, you can recover it without having to bring a crane lorry. So the grad will always have a crane on it for this type of activity anyway, for that reason. But yeah, a bit of a bummer that I can't crane load it. I do prefer to do that when I can. But anyway. Also load. So back that one up a bit. I'll still lead with the grad, I think. Engine off. I just want to have a quick look at that contest. So the recycling centre is here. I don't see that as a 4-minute activity. But anyway. Ooh, I took out one of my wheels as well. And a big chunk of damage to my suspension. It's not good. Change. Grad. Lights. I think the grad is the best input. I know I haven't tried the other, but I think logic says that the bigger wheels of the grad will help it negotiate terrain better. In my opinion, anyway. Right, okay, so let's hook that up. That side to that side. Back down the same trail we just came up. Turn the engine on, I suppose, the Tatra. Bit unreasonable for the grad to do it all in this type of terrain. And then we've now got to make our way to the drop-off point, which we've been to in the Scout, up at the power station. I did wonder about the twin steer fitting its all-wheel drive and using that to deliver these 4 slots of cargo. But I think the twin steer, even with all-wheel drive, because of its turning circle, would struggle with this particular path. It would be faster than these two together if it could get around any of the corners. Am I going the right way? Yes. So down to here. The route I've basically already scouted. Helicopter's coming over. Rope's gone too tight again, hasn't it? Oh, no, 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 no. I've lost the cargo. I can crane it, which again, that's why I've got a crane. Why I wanted a crane on this combination of vehicles. Just rolled a bit too much there. Can I crane it from here without causing even more trouble? Depends how much it's going to clip that tree. I can at least move it a bit. Get myself flatter, and then I can be a bit more confident of using that crane. Full crane, repack the cargo, change truck. And then jump back. See? 2 trucks. No drama. Now we just got the water hazard to negotiate, and then we're on roads, icy roads. I can see a titanium tree dead ahead. I want to see if I can get to it yet. Connection to titanium tree established. Right, too far away now. I'm gonna have to jump over and change into the Phoenix. Right, hopefully that's the hardest bit done. Random bits of depth snow notwithstanding. Interesting set of challenges they've given us. I need to get this into Ziploc. I wonder with this combo whether you'd be better off. They've both got the advanced winch. I think, if I remember rightly, that means that they've both got basically the longest and strongest combination is the advanced. But I wonder if I've got that wrong and if there's a combination where it'd be better to have one with a long range and one with a strong winch. I want you to push me a bit, mate, if you don't mind. Because I don't like being stuck on these rocks. Should be better. If I've got decent bit of non-rock terrain under me, I should be able to give a bit more pull. Not impressed with my fuel consumption though. I've used a hell of a lot of fuel for this. Of course I've bellied out. Pull me back off, I'll try going over the thin end. I thought I could do that line. Over the thin end of it, so we can get over that easier. Yep, that was easier. So in a minute I'm going to be approaching the garage, which is what I'm doing this for, is to unlock the garage, but there's fuel there, so I will top up. There was fuel in here as well, wasn't there? If I remember rightly, there was a scout fuel carrier in here as well. So you could do 6 slots of cargo if you put a trailer on that Phoenix. The Grad can't carry a trailer with the crane configuration, but the Phoenix can with its sideboard bed. So with the right trailer, well, I suppose you could do 8 if you had the 4 slot ramp trailer. Thought there was fuel in there, but maybe not. Couldn't see it. Right, blimmin' heck. A bit of a flog to get here. Engine off, disconnect the rope. What I'm going to do is bring the fuel trailer out for drive-bys. Refuel them both and then push on. Because I'm getting this delivery done today, even if the planks part of unlocking the garage can't be done today. Oh, of course I can. That's fine. So let's just take some fuel anyway. I just said the War on Grad can't attach trailers, but it can rope a trailer. Which is all I really need. Stick is out here somewhere. So anything that's driving past can fill up. Switch the Phoenix. And refuel. I'm liking this. I'm liking this duo as well. Fuel. And then into the Grad and push on. And my route is going to be roughly, I want to get onto this lake, so basically it's going to be roughly down to here and then try and get down onto this lake, go around the edge of the lake the way that I did in the Scout and in. That's roughly what I'm going to try and achieve. I don't remember the road having any more particularly nasty bits, but I was in a Scout. It's a different type of map traversal. I think an interesting challenge is going to be the long logs. I'll have to have a look in a minute where they get delivered to, now that I've opened the map up. When I looked before, the contract for 3 lots of long logs brought in here was deep in Fog of War and I couldn't see where it had to be delivered. This path, that's where my waypoint is. I kind of wish that they would animate a driver in the towed vehicle, because it definitely drives as if it's got a driver in it. The fact that it goes into reverse, it applies its brakes, etc. I do wish that they would just put another driver model in there. We don't need more snow. Very pretty though, isn't it? Now I've got to see how I can get down there. So a quick shot, please. Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, Phoenix, calm down, mate. Right, careful with the ice, because there was a couple of bits here where I got breaking ice sensations in a Scout, so I've got to be careful with this. Can I just get to the road this way? How far up is the road? I can't really see from here. Quite a way. Okay, I'll continue trying to go around this side, but there's a bit of breaking ice, so I'm going to take the rocky route. If I skirt right on the edge of the rocks, maybe it won't break, and then pull that forward. Roll reversal. 8-wheel drive on the flat is obviously going to grip better. Just doesn't have as much ground clearance as the Voron's bigger wheels. I went under the bridge last time, but I was in a Scout, it seemed a bit easier. It's got some pulling power on it. I'm going to make sure I'm pulling that in the opposite direction to the way it's trying to tip. Because it's thinking about tipping over there. Yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it's just time on an episode, isn't it? So let's see about pulling it in that direction. With dip lock on. No. Okay. I just tipped it the other way. That was bloody useless, wasn't it? Let's get this delivered. Get one of them delivered. And then go and get that back on its wheels, get the crane to reload it. I think if I'd have gone in front of that bridge, I could have come up there a lot easier. I wasn't confident about getting underneath that bridge, but I think it would have been easier in the end. I'll put it on that front nose. Get it back on its wheels and just drag it up and worry about the cargo after. Probably drive itself now easier. Where's my cargo gone? And can I get it safely from up here? I think so. Fairly good crane surface, I think that. Crane, legs down. Both legs made purchase. Good as new. Yeah, I should have come up on that other side the way that I did with the scout. I'm sure I could get past that bridge on the end. And try that in a minute. Empty. I'm sure I just went the wrong way there. Right, let's get this delivered. This is going to be cargo complete for this task. Good as new. Done. Broken power station. Thanks, buddy. Now we can finally taste the fruits of civilization again. Or something. $4,900. I think I deserve a bit more than that for that one. But broken power station done. That is the first step of unlocking the garage on this map. And now behind me I can see a new task. So that hard hat symbol on it tells me that's got to be the power poles one. So that's just as good. Access to location, yeah. So repairing power lines. Accept. Track. Let's have a look. So we got to fix 2 power lines. Kind of off in the boonies a little bit. 1 wood to each. And I could get timber shipment from here, but I've got 2 lots of wooden planks on the Azov at the airport. So I'm just gotta get the Azov up here. Probably it might even be easier just to get the planks from the timber shipment, but anyway. The next episode is moving these 2 lots of wooden planks in the Azov up to the 2 telegraph poles that we've just identified. But that's it for this episode, I think. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. What did I roll? I rolled it 3 times. That's value for money for you guys, isn't it? 3 rolls in 1 episode of 1 truck. Not bad going, is it? Look forward to moving these wooden planks up in the next episode. So I hope to see you in the next episode. In the meantime, thank you and goodbye.